Brain fog, who has it? It has been one of the more challenging symptoms I've dealt with during my periods of chronic illness, which have been two periods in my life, both lasting several years, where I was having some pretty debilitating symptoms. And, I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, hypothyroidism, and I have a number of symptoms that kind of don't totally fit into one kind of autoimmune description, but they're kind of autoimmune-y, but I've never been diagnosed with one in particular. But the symptoms are real, right? And brain fog can be a real challenge because for me, it's very anxiety producing, not being able to think clearly. And it can be part of a lot of these syndromes and autoimmune and fatigue for sure. That's really when I first noticed it, and I'll talk about that in a second. See, now I'm losing my words already. Shut down nervous system state. That's another symptom or, part of being in that shut down nervous system state is brain fog. But the first time I really noticed it was in kind of must have been the first year after my daughter was born, and I was very sleep deprived. I mean, I know all new mothers are, but it was pretty bad. She was in the NICU for 10 days, and I was having to use a breast pump every 2 hours for 20, round the clock for 3 weeks. And then after she finally was able to start nursing, she didn't sleep for like 2 years, and I couldn't sleep. I was like that tired and wired feeling at night. So I was definitely sleep deprived, and I was driving, and it was the strangest experience. I was trying to change lanes, and I would look to see if there was a car there, and there wasn't. But then when I turned back to change lanes, it was like I couldn't be sure. Just wasn't computing in my brain, which is pretty unsettling. And then kind of as time went on and my symptoms were getting worse with the chronic illness and my daughter was older, I would lose words. That was one of the more frustrating parts of it, because I'd be, trying to say something to her like, go get your long pause, backpack. And I mean, it wasn't just like once in a while. It was every day, many, many times a day. And then, just for forgetting things and not being able to do multiple things at once, which I used to be a pretty good multitasker. I was a waitress for years. I kind of think back on that, and, which requires holding a lot of things in your mind at once and prioritizing and multitasking. And I was good at it. And I just, I couldn't do that now. So, so what do I want to say about that? I don't have a cure for brain fog. It's definitely better now. I'm kind of, I would say 65-70% better as far as my symptoms go right now. And I'll talk about that in another video, kind of how I came to that. But it's still a problem, and I've had to definitely make adjustments in my life to support myself. So things like I always use GPS. Sometimes I feel like, I should try to not use it so that I don't lose that part of my brain. But honestly, it's just too anxiety producing, because I can't remember how to get places. Even places I've been multiple times. It's kind of embarrassing, but that's the way it is. The other thing I do is make lists. Definitely. I cannot hold all the things in my brain. Use my Google Calendar with reminders. I use the reminder feature on my iPhone. Remind me at 1:30 to switch the laundry. So things like that just really are helping to make my life easier and make my anxiety and stress a lot less. So those are my kind of hard learned tips on how to manage brain fog, and other things, of course, that are going to improve your state of health, and trying to get good sleep, which I know can be such a struggle for people dealing with chronic illness and pain and all of those things. But, trying to just be really gentle with yourself and getting as much rest as possible. And I'm going to talk about all that stuff in other videos as well. But yeah, brain fog. Let me know in the comments if you have these struggles and what you've learned, to help manage it. All right, till next time. Thank you.